Hey, what's up guys? How's it going? So today I would like to talk about mixing acoustic guitars. A couple of days ago, got myself a really nice Fender acoustic guitar. I got it for like a really good price and I was like, I just can't leave it here in the store. So I got my acoustic guitar and I started jamming around on my guitar. I found a couple of really nice riffs, so I decided to record them in this session here. Today I'm going to go over these guitars, how I mix them, and how you can make them sound absolutely amazing. So first of all, I'll let you hear how it sounds like without anything. I'm just going to disable all my master plugins here. So I have here my acoustic guitar on the left side, and then the other one on the right side. Give them another color here, like that. There's a little bit of automation going on where one guitar plays in the middle. So basically that it goes from one guitar in the middle to a stereo guitar. Same here. Then here they're panned both a little bit more towards the middle of the center of the stereo field, right? So here it is. Let me try and see if Alright, so first of all, what we're gonna do before mixing the acoustic guitars, I'm gonna do some editing, line them up a little better. I think I played it. They're already pretty, good in timing, so probably won't have to do too many things, but basically, and this is, some editing advice that applies to basically every other instrument. So what I'm gonna do is line up the left and the right guitar. Just make sure that the waveforms correspond a little more and are not too far apart. Let's say one's here and then the other one is here. Gonna bring them both to the middle. So what I do is that you can have different approaches. You can go per strum and chop them up like that, or you can also do it per bar, and then when you double click here, right, or when you select here the split tool, basically then when you hit the command on your keyboard, it's going to bring up this little knife that's going to be able to allow you to split this audio region. So I'm just going to take the whole part and just move it a little bit more towards the front because I feel like this one could be a little closer. Just make sure that it's still after the beat. I personally like that way more than having it really tight like here. So what I would do here is cut that one up again, move it a little back. Then here, same thing. This one could be more to the front. Make sure you stretch this part to the left so you don't have because otherwise you're gonna hear that it plays double. Here it's kind of okay, but sometimes when you do it a lot like this, you hear it double. Okay, so just gonna make sure that it's here and not like right here, because you see the waveform starts here. I'm just gonna take it back a little bit. And then I continue to look for parts that I can possibly move around. This looks pretty good. Maybe a little bit more towards the left. Here, actually from here, a little bit more backwards. Yeah, to the right. All right, this looks pretty good. Then I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna do the whole part. I'm just gonna do, let's say here, the first couple of bars. And same with the right guitar. Same thing here, move it a little bit more to the front. Like that. Just make sure you can do one guitar yourself as like a guideline. And then basically all the other guitars you can add to this guideline, right? And just try to match where the waveforms start. And always, obviously, Then afterwards we're going to listen back to it. Once we listen back to it, we'll be able to figure out more precisely if certain parts need to move around. Right, looks pretty good so far, so then we're going to have a listen. Sounds pretty good to me. Now a really good thing to know is I have like all these guitars here now. Maybe you have like 2 more guitars. And if you want to move them around, what you can do is you select both of them. You right click on the channel and then you say group selected tracks, call them acoustic guitar as it is now. Now basically when you select a certain part and you want to move this around like this, you can just do it all in once without having to start cutting both audio parts separately. And then here on the left side you can enable groups somewhere, or no, you see it here on the right side of your channel, but you can still dissolve the group if you want to get rid of it, if you don't want to use it anymore. Alright, so that's what we do for acoustic guitars. Then there's the other acoustic guitar. A nice added layer to the previous guitar. So now we're going to start mixing, right? When I mix my guitars, main guitars, if it's electric guitar or acoustic guitar, I always like to keep them almost or even 100% left and 100% right to give you that really nice stereo field. And then what I'm going to do with like a melody like this guitar, I'm going to pan both a little bit more towards the middle so it like all blends really nicely together. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to start doing some mixing here. So my approach is like this. On each channel there's a tuner. If there's a tuner on your guitar, you don't need it, but it's possible to just use a tuner here if you want to, which you can find under your effects. If you enter a tuner, you'll be able to find it. So first thing that I'm doing, what I do with most of my instruments, is cutting out the low end. Make sure that it blends really nice and doesn't sound too muffled. Still want to leave through a little bit of that body, so what I'm doing here is cutting it off around 85 Hertz. You can still change your dB per octave, that's completely up to you. But this way, by clicking the little headphone, you can hear what you're cutting. Oh, just need to mute this one first. Cleans it up a bit more already. Then next thing I'm gonna do is what I also do with most of my instruments, is cleaning it up a little bit with the Suit plugin. Throw it on there. There we go. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to acoustic guitar here. There are a couple of really nice presets, but basically what I want to do is clean up. It's just balancing out the frequencies a little bit better without having to EQ it, because EQ, you can't change it. It's just one bell, shelf, or cutoff, or whatever. And with parallel compression, you're still like your range of the frequencies that you are compressing are still too large, and this one can be very precise, as you can see that you can change with your selectivity and also change with your sharpness, depth, soft, and hard. Alright, this is nothing too fancy, so it's just taking care of some of those loud frequencies. Then next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to Fab Filter, take a multiband compressor, and what I'm still gonna do is control a little bit more of that low mid. Right, and now if we disable everything to see what we have right now. Just really nice and clean sound. Next thing, what you can do, I've never tried this before, so we're gonna see it right now, is use the Neutron plugin. Because sometimes they have some really nice presets that can give your guitar a different sound, different characteristics, and it's really nice. So we're gonna go to guitar here, acoustic. All right, there we go. Most of the time I just select one and then I basically scroll through them. Adding a little bit more of high end to the sound, which sounds really nice. But I also like this one here. It smooths out the low end a little more, which is really nice, but we're gonna really like this one. It's bringing out some more of that high end, but it's also gluing the sound. Without completely getting rid of that low end that you still want, obviously, in your guitar, you know, the body of your guitar. So this one sounds really nice. So that's already very important. And last but not least, what I also like to do is to take an 1176 compressor, but this could be any compressor. Throw it on your bus, right? So these two are going to a bus, guitar bus. There we go. We'll give it a nice color so we can see it. Also, you can go through the presets, but basically what I want to do is just catch a few of those peaks. Medium fast attack, let's say. Let's more towards the 7 and towards 1. Just want to make it really smooth here with the release, so it doesn't, like the transients, the waveform goes back up right away in volume, but it goes like smoothly from one strum to the other. Always make sure to match your input with your output, that if you're bypassing it, that you can still hear what it's actually doing, the plugin, because it's most of the times, like, it's a psychological kind of thing, but you can get really distracted and think that it's better when it's sounding louder. So just make sure that your volume is matching. Sounds really nice. All right, so I'm just gonna leave it as it is for now. Could still try and add, but I don't really do that very often for main guitars. Just to take a plugin like the little plate, let's say, throw it on there. It's like this thing in the background, right? That makes you feel like you're in a room playing. It's but obviously you have to listen to that in the mix as well. It actually matches the drum room energy really well if there's some of that background reverb in it, so I'm definitely gonna keep it. I just want to make sure that it's not becoming like one big whoosh of reverb like this. Just gonna keep it here, and that sounds pretty good to me. So next thing that I'm gonna do is go to the other acoustic guitars. So we have here the lead acoustic, I'm gonna call it. Give it another color as well. Just gonna listen to it. Basically what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna copy the same thing that I used to do with my regular main acoustic guitars. This one is going to have a little bit more of a lead function, so I'm going to cut a little bit more of that low end. Then the Soothe plugin I'm going to use again. What you can try here is another preset, because now I went for the medium strum acoustic, but like guitar warmer, let's say. It's going to tackle the different frequencies a little bit different, because if you're cutting constantly the same frequencies on different instruments, like the same presets, the same settings, then it's going to start sounding very robotic, while here it's still doing something else, and it's going to be able to blend more and set it more apart sound-wise in the mix. Good enough for me. Same here. Just make sure you adjust the threshold based on the volume that comes in. Alright, I'm going to just leave it as it is. Then we could use the neutron as well, but again here, obviously you don't have to, but I would recommend to use another preset. Add some really nice high end to the guitar. Even though it's called classical guitar, doesn't mean that it can't sound good on a regular acoustic guitar. So I'm gonna close this up. Same thing here, use a compressor to just faster attack here and a faster release as well, because I really want all the different notes to come out. Okay, so now we're gonna listen to this guitar, and just to keep in mind, I put this one on 50 to the left and this one on 50 to the right. Alright, so what I'm going to do here to make it stand out a little more is use some echo. What I'm going to use for that, because sometimes the effect rack of Sound Toys has some really nice presets. So I'm going to do here, I'm going to grab that one like this. Let's make it a little smaller, but that's not really possible, so it seems. So I'm just going to look at the presets and go under, let's say, delays maybe. Don't really see anything. Reverb. Sounds really nice, but I think it's not gonna work for this track, so back to delays. Something like this maybe. Really like this one, but I'm gonna try and take down the echo time. All right, let's see what else we got here. Sounds really cool. Let's use this one. It's called, let me see again, Rich Echo and Dino Trem. There we go. So this is what I do for acoustic guitar. So we here had the main guitar, then we also have like a little bit of a melody lead acoustic guitar. And yes, I mean, this is my approach normally, depending on how the guitar player plays, right? You can still do some let me see, can still do some parallel compression to make it even more sustained. There we go. Let's see how it sounds. This could actually work better even on the there we go. So this is it for acoustic guitar mixing. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know anytime. I'd be more than happy to help you out. And yeah, that was it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate that very much, and hope you have an awesome day. Take care.